What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are starting on day 2 of our anteater enclosure build. Our crew of guys are back over building the frame to the new exhibit, hanging wire, stapling it, and building our roof to protect Orkin from the rain and the sun. And of course, we've got to build some doors so he doesn't escape. Not only are we building this enclosure, but we're going to be hanging out with Orkin and introducing him to his new enclosure for the very first time. Come along on today's adventure and see how we build Orkin's new home. Good morning, guys. We are here with part 2 of our new anteater enclosure build, and the guys are here this morning. They've got the first level cut evenly, and now they are getting ready to set the first beam on the top, which is gonna literally make up the framing of this enclosure. So this is how the guys do it. They've got a 16-foot long pole on their backs. They've actually notched out the pole so it actually sits nicely up on the top of the pole. Caesar, you're a beast. So you can see right there, Caesar has the pole actually like notched out. And then what they're gonna do is they're gonna lift it up and it's gonna sit nice and evenly on the top of that log. Otherwise it'd be round and it would just wanna like roll off. That's why it's really important that you get it nice and flat. And I've honestly learned so much from these guys over the past 5 years building habitats right here at my zoo. All right, they've almost got it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And then for this enclosure, we are going with a new type of mesh. We got about 60 of these panels. So these are all galvanized after welded, meaning they weld the panels and then they galvanize them, which is a lot different than the panels we normally use. Normally, they're galvanized and then they're electro welded right at the center, and that's where the rust starts. If you weld right here after it's galvanized, and the rust is going to start here and spread. But because these are galvanized after they're welded, this thing is fully galvanized. We'll never have to worry about rust. And we're going with these 2x2 wire, which is going to be really nice and perfect for Orkin the anteater. And now what the guys are doing is they're actually pre-drilling the hole. So when you're actually nailing it in, we're not splitting the wood. If you don't pre-drill the hole, you're putting a lot more strain on the wood. So that's why it's really important to pre-drill your holes. And there we go, nailing it in. You guys have seen this. Pretty much all the enclosure builds are the same. We frame it out and we notch the wood. We put giant nails in. Would you look at that, guys? We've got some more progress. So we've got our first beam up and now we've got our second. The guys are trying to cut the middle poles down, and I don't know what they're doing, but they're somehow grinding a shovel, and I think they're doing that so they can get in between the trench to pull the dirt out. Oh my gosh, we got some serious progress here. It is starting to take shape, and by serious progress I mean we've only got one more beam up, but now we can really see what it's going to look like. Look at this, look at that. So sick. Love getting to see this, and the guys they're doing something here. They're actually digging the trench out, so that's exactly what I thought he was doing. He actually custom cut the shovel. They actually cut little pieces off. Like, these are pieces of the shovel that they cut off, which I might take this and try to make like a little homemade knife out of it. But that's what they did. They custom cut the shovel so they're able to dig out everything from the trench here. Super cool. And now Caesar's here cutting the wood. We've got our third beam up, and now we've only got 2 more to go. It also looks like we're measuring a log right now to see the exact length that we need to actually cut it at and then notch it. And now we've got Caesar with our next footer pole. So these are all of our 8-foot poles, which again, we're using in between. So we're just gonna continue this line until we're done. All right, so we are starting to hang our mesh. So we haven't put any staples in yet, but we have our first panel in place, and now we are getting our second panel. So we're gonna wait to get everything lined up perfectly, so then we can use our staples to start stapling the mesh. And it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I think by the end of today, we're gonna have all of the mesh up. And this is our first time using these new panels. Typically we use the big 6-gauge panels, which are tiger proof. And this time we're using the thinner wire, which is a lot easier to actually work with. So we've got a lot of progress so far today, and hopefully we'll have this cage pretty much done. Here we go, guys. First staple of the day. Woo! Just like that. And we're gonna get our second right here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Get some more. Doing these enclosures with the staple gun is just honestly the best. Saves us so much time. We've got some more progress here. We've now got our second row of wire up. We have not stapled it. We've been kind of just messing around with it for the past like 30 minutes. You could see that we've actually got a strap on it so we could stretch it so it's nice and tight. We don't normally have this issue with the other panels because they're a lot thicker and they're a lot more rigid. So when we're dealing with the thinner panels, we don't want any flex and any bow in the wire. Some people don't care. Some people just throw it up and they don't care how it looks. But here, we are perfectionists. So we want everything to be as perfect as possible. And once everything is up, we are going to be hog ringing the seams of the wire. I mean, look how tight we got it. We got this absolutely perfect. We got everything in line, one strand in line with the other. And we're gonna add these rings so nothing can get in and nothing can get out. The reason why we do that, again, if we don't have any rings here, then these panels are just gonna flex and flap, just as you see here. Alrighty guys, we are now at Home Depot for the nighttime run. We're actually getting all of our roofing panels so we can complete this exhibit. This is like our last Home Depot run that we're gonna have to make. Do they have what we need? No, they don't. No! No, they're underneath, I think. So we need the flat panels. These are like the corrugated ones. I don't know if they're, look, they have the 8-footers there, but I don't know if they have the 12s. They should be here somewhere. They're not here. All right, so we don't think they actually have the roof panels we need. They're gonna be checking one last bundle for us, way up high there. But we're getting all of these 1x1s. The reason why we're getting these 1x1s is when we actually mount the roof panels, we're gonna have our round poles, and then we're gonna have these be running the opposite direction. The roof panels are gonna lay on this flat surface, and then we're gonna screw right into this. What we do need though is this Galvalume hardware. These are screws that are made specifically to use with the roof panels that we're getting. So it's made out of the same material. Guys, believe it or not, this is very expensive. This bag right here is $45. It is down here. We are at Home Depot #2 for the night. Let's see if they've got our panels. Luckily, Home Depot closes at 11 p.m. these days. No, they're on the back wall. Yeah, they're on the back wall. There they are, right there. And we found them. They're here, baby. We got the 12-foot panels, and we just don't have a few of them. We got a whole stack. Look at that. We got our first panel in, so we're gonna try not to scrape them, but this is what we were looking for at the other store. So now we're getting 9 of these panels, and each one of these panels costs, it doesn't say, oh, right here, $53. So this is about $450 worth of roof panels. This just shows you how much we love our animals. We spend all of our money on this. That's it, folks. We got our last roofing panel. We got 9 of our 12-foot panels. So anyone that's building enclosures or just building a roof structure, we've been using these panels from Home Depot for years now, and for 50 bucks each. It really doesn't get any cheaper than this. So if you're trying to do some DIY roofing, highly recommend these Galvalume panels. So when you set the panels up, you're gonna take one after another and you're gonna overlay it, and this is how they actually like lock into place. The grooves fit into place, and then we secure it with the screws. And now we're just gonna load these in. Do you think we can get them all at once? One-handed? Not one-handed. No, we'll break them. There we go, folks. We got our roofing panels, we got the 1x1s, and we are ready for day 3 of the enclosure build. And of course, we can't leave without ratcheting down all of the material. Good morning, guys. We are here for day 3 of our enclosure build. Last night we were at Home Depot getting all of our roofing panels and all of the 1x3s to go on the top. I think they're 1x3s. And this morning, Caesar and the crew have got our poles on the inside nailed in. So you could see we added these poles right here. Why do we add these poles? That is so we can actually mount the wire on the inside of the enclosure. Otherwise, we would have to mount it on the outside. So since all of these other panels are mounted on the inside, we wanted to keep the same look and mount it on the inside. If we were to mount it on the outside and an animal's pressing against the wire, theoretically over time they could actually push out the staples. So we do not want that to happen, so we just prefer to have all the wire on the inside. And in order to do that, we had to get some of these logs right here and nail them so we have something to mount the wire to. So I just got back home from running errands for the reptile show. We've got our banners, we've got merch, we've got our racks, we've got everything we need. We just picked up some turtles and really cool frogs that are gonna be at the scale show, and we have just got back to some serious progress. So when I left, we didn't even have any of this side paneling on. That's completely done. The guys have got 2 or 3 roof panels on, and my dad actually started adding the wire for our trench. So he cut a bunch of these little 8-inch sections. Caesar's up top shooting the staples. Yeah, we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4 roof panels. Super cool. And we've got our wire cut for the trench. So This wire is gonna go even further down to where this top piece of wire is gonna meet right here. So we still have to dig a lot of this dirt out, but this is our wire for the trench. And we do that like this so we don't actually sink the main panel into the ground. So when it does start rusting and rot away, we can actually just change out this strip rather than replacing the whole wire section. So the boys are crushing it. It is now, what time is it? It is 3:23, and the boys will be here for about another 2 hours. So we should have some really good progress by the end of the day. We are back with day 4 of our enclosure build. Good morning, guys. We got Caesar and the crew back, and they just started framing out our lockout and double doors. So we got the first beam up. They've got almost all the wire done on the roof, and basically this is gonna be our double door. So we're gonna come here, open one door, go into the next one. Then right over here is another door for our lockout. So this lockout is about 8 by 7, something like that, and it's 7 feet tall. So this is our lockout area, and this should all be completed by the end of today. And right now, while the crew of guys are working, we're here to say hi to Orkin and check him out. So this has been Orkin's quarantine. This is where he's been living for a little bit of time now, and we are so happy that we're finally moving him to a massive new home. So Orkin's hanging out. We've also got his special insectivore diet here, which has all the good nutrients that an anteater needs. We're gonna see if he's hungry. I don't think he's hungry for his food. He's definitely already came and ate some today, but if we had something sweet, like an apple or maybe some honey, then he might eat. But since it's the middle of the day, that's when these anteaters are pretty inactive and pretty slow. So he's gonna be really active first thing in the morning and at night. And right now he's just hanging out, and he's just being a little bit pinchy right now. Don't attack me, please. So you look at those crazy claws. If he wanted to, he could spear my hand open right now with them. So we really trust Orkin right now. And if he were to be upset, he could really hurt us. So we're not gonna keep touching you. You could see sometimes these little anteaters can be a little bit aggressive. They kind of want to just like claw you. You could see, he could just pinch you, bring you in, buddy, no. And right now we could see Orkin hanging out on his branches. And this enclosure is only 8 feet tall. His new one, almost 15, so it's gonna be a huge upgrade for him. He's gonna get to be a wild anteater, and he's gonna get to hang out in the branches. And now he's coming down, and he might try to attack me. See, if I put my hand out, you can see he's trying to pull me in. Ah, don't pinch me. Oh my gosh, you guys wouldn't believe the pinch. And he's licking me. That tongue is insane. 18 inches of sticky glue on their tongue to get the ants. But we gotta move our fingers away because I feel like you're trying to hurt me, buddy. Okay, stop it. Be nice. Be nice. All right, we've got the lockout entirely framed. We've got all of our mesh on the top, and right now Caesar is drilling our pilot holes. And then after he drills the pilot hole, we come over here and we start nailing everything in. It's kind of hard to do right now. Into this beam right here. These guys are incredible. Let's see it, yes sir. And just like that, we have got door number 1 complete. I think door number 1's complete. I don't think they've finished another door. Look at this. Caesar looking great. So a little bit different design than we've done before. So we're gonna have 3 beams connecting it, little 45-degree cuts, and you can see that it's fitting perfect. And what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna have the hinges on the inside, and then it's gonna open outward right to us. Alrighty folks, we are now at day 5 of the enclosure build, and right now we are getting started finally on the roof. So we got our first beam in, and now the guys are absolute beasts. They're going up there with 10-foot long poles on their shoulders, and these are gonna be our beams for the roof. I don't know exactly what they're doing with it, but we're actually gonna climb up there ourselves. So we've also got door number 1 installed and ready to go, as you guys saw just a minute ago. Look at that, super nice. So how this is gonna work is this door just kind of opens up just like this. Now you may notice there is a gap on the bottom of the door, and that is okay because we're actually gonna have a wooden deck when we go in, so we don't have to worry about that at all. The guys are starting to nail. All right, let's see. Look at that. So the reason why we're double stacking it is to actually create the pitch for the roof, so to actually slant down and fall off this way. So that's what we're doing right there. We're double stacking the logs. Oh my goodness, we are back. I think we're on day 6 today, and we have started our roof. We got half the roof panels up. It's looking incredible. We're actually gonna climb up on that ladder right now so we can see the progress going up on the roof. And now that I see it, we probably should have extended these poles up and continued the roof to cover half of our lockout and our full double door entry. This is the kind of things that we learn with every project. So we may do that later on. We're not sure. We could probably add some poles and be able to get up there. And right now we're gonna climb the sketchy ladder all the way up top. Boys are crushing it today. We got all of our wires stapled in up here. And now we're coming up. Caesar and the boys are up top. And they're getting the panels up. So it's a whole process of lining them up, making sure everything is level, and also having the screws in the right place. So that's what these guys are doing. They're absolutely crushing it today. Caesar, looking good today. Looking great. So we got, I think we've got maybe like 4 or 5 panels on. We got about 12 in total. Boom, baby! We have got door number 1 complete, besides our latch, but we've got the wire on. And unlike everything else we're doing, we're actually securing the door with the cat claw fasteners rather than shooting them with staples. Since this wood is thinner, we didn't want to put extra strain shooting the staple gun, which could cause some splits. So we did all cat claws on the door. Look at this. This is looking great. This is looking sick. And right now the guys are building our 3rd and final door. So they're doing that. The camera battery's gonna die in a second, but we've got wire on door number 1 and on door number 2. Look at this. This is sick. It is now the end of the day, and the guys did not finish yet again. Each day I say we're gonna finish, and this enclosure, for whatever reason, has just been taking so much time. But today, we are 99% there, besides our platform. So if we take that into consideration, we're like 87% there. However, we've got Orkin in his crate, and we are going to introduce him to his new home right now. We're gonna let him crawl around in there, check out the space, so he can get used to his new home and kind of get accustomed to it, kind of get to learn the feel of it. We don't have any platforms in there or anything, but we're just gonna let him crawl around and see how he does. Alrighty guys, we have got Orkin, and he is ready to come out and check out his new exhibit. I totally forgot to put him in the last video. We're building an anteater enclosure. I didn't show you the anteater. Well, here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Orkin. And we're gonna get this big guy out right now. Just pick him up by these big legs. Look at this. This is a Tamandua or Southern anteater. He's actually super dope. So let's bring him into his new space. We're gonna have our double doors, but this is Orkin's new home, and we're just gonna let him down right now. Let's get in here, buddy. I bet you he's gonna start digging right away. That is more than likely what this crazy anteater is gonna do. Look at this guy. He's gonna sniff around. This is entirely new for him. New sights, sounds, and smells is the greatest gift you can give any wildlife. New enrichment and new spaces like this. So this is definitely a big upgrade for Orkin. He's gonna have plenty of ground space to crawl around, and he's gonna have tons of platforms. Since they are semi-arboreal species, we're gonna have like a platform here, another one there, all connecting to branches and perching that is gonna go all around this enclosure. I'm super excited to get it done. And let's see, he shouldn't dig out through this. Obviously we're gonna be backfilling it with a lot of heavy rock, but we put that barrier there so he doesn't dig out. You could see he's starting to dig right now, just a bit. That's gonna be just fine, because we're gonna pour a little bit of concrete in there. We're gonna add rock, so this guy cannot dig out, right buddy? We don't want any digging out, we don't want any escapees. We just wanna have a happy anteater living in a happy home. Isn't that right, buddy? And we got Mr. Loki here and Thor checking out the new build. This guy's loving it. No, sir, please. Oh no, he's getting aggressive. Oh no, there he goes. There he goes. Bye, buddy. So this is gonna be a little bit of an issue because Orkin can't stay out here. And now he is 12 feet in the air. But this is actually so cool to see. Look at this. Oh, this is epic. This is sick, Dad. Look at that. Look at it. Oh my gosh, I love it. These things are like real, like monkeys. Look at them. This is a perfect for him. That's why we gave him the height, because these guys love hanging out in the trees.
Pretty awesome to see him in here, you know, after all the planning and the building, and see him in here.
It's super dope.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hope he doesn't go through the seam there. Yeah. So we still have to hog ring the seams. It's kind of hard to see right now because it is the end of the day right now. The guys like literally just left, but this is what we got going on, guys. We got an anteater 12 feet in the air. And now I'm waiting for Orkin to get down, and I'm getting swarmed by the mosquitoes. And well, that, my friends, is going to end today's episode. I hope all of you guys did enjoy watching today's video, part 2 of our anteater enclosure build. So if you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know down below what was your favorite part of today's video. And if you guys are not yet subscribed yet to me, and you want to see Orkin move into his new home, and you want to see the rest of my crazy animal family, well, all you guys have to do is go right now and subscribe below.